Welcome to a world where we fight to the finish, and at the heart of it is one recognizable image. Originators, titans of business, brand architects, respected since 9/7 skies.
Guys, me and my buddy Saad Suleiman gonna break down UFC on Fuel 7, McDonald versus Barao. Pretty solid card. I'm not gonna lie, for another free card. I'm always loving these cards. Pretty good Facebook prelims. I'm not gonna lie, I got some good ones like Paul Sass and Danny Castillo, Andy Ogle and Josh Crispy, Edom and Forte. And I got in those fights, I got Ogle, Castillo, and Edom. So we're gonna get right into the main card. Saad, what do you think of this main card? It's pretty good, eh?
Yeah, as far as fuel cards go, yeah, it's a really good card. I just hope more people would be able to have access to it in the States. And I know there's a whole issue with Fuel TV, but it's definitely a really good card, headlined by obviously the title fight, interim that is, but it's still a title fight, and it does have meaning, given that Cruz is out for a long time. It should be exciting. I think there's a lot of, like, I guess, homegrown talent, like England, Iceland, yeah, so I guess it features those fighters prominently, and I guess that's what these Fuel cards have become, been known to be nowadays. A lot of international cards with international flavor, whether it's Brazil or Japan. That's pretty much what the Fuel cards are.
Saad, how are the U.S. fans able to watch if they don't have Fuel?
Well, yeah, that's the thing. If they don't have Fuel, they're not able to watch it at all.
Yeah, we got Sportsnet in Canada. We can watch it on there, but I don't know how.
I think the prelims are coming on Facebook. That's just how it works. They always have, I guess, a lower level, showing the prelim fights, So if it's on FX, then the prelims are on Fuel, with one Facebook prelim or whatever. And if it's on Fox, then it's FX, or pay-per-view, it's on FX, right?
Yep.
So in this case, like, you'll be able to watch the prelims, no problem, which are still pretty good in their own right. But yeah, it's a whole issue. I think we have Sportsnet 1, but sometimes they even show it on the regular Sportsnet.
Yes.
I don't know how they're having it.
Yes, usually Sportsnet 1's got the prelims, and then the regular Sportsnet East, West, Ontario, and another one that usually has all the main cards and stuff. Okay, so we'll get off the first fight in the main card. We got Che Mills versus Matt Riddle. This is going to be a real exciting fight, Che Mills and Matt Riddle, great strikers. I think that I'm going to give him the edge to Riddle. I think his wrestling might be a little better. We saw Che Mills kind of get dominated on the ground when he fought Roy McDonald. We saw when he got on the ground, he couldn't do much. So I think that Riddle is going to strike with him a bit and then go for some takedowns. And I think he's going to pull off a unanimous decision here. Other than that, I think it's going to be a great fight. And really looking forward to this one. How about you, Saad?
Well, I guess I wouldn't really hold it against Che Mills by being dominated by Rory McDonald.
I know that, but I just...
on another level, like, for this weight class. Like, the thing, Che Mills is a really good fighter. He's very talented, like, all around. Riddle, at the same time, he has a lot of UFC experience, even relative to his young age.
Yeah, every fight's been in the UFC for him.
He has in his card. Every fight, exactly.
Yep.
He's pretty much grandfathered into the UFC.
Yeah.
So, it's an interesting fight in the sense of you understand what the winner should be, given, like, the level of talent. And the loser, pretty much, you can understand that they're going to be a mid-level fighter, and they might not be able to make that run, ever. I could see, and for those reasons, I think Che Mills pretty much will be able to pull this off, just because I think he has a diverse array of striking. He has a decent gun game, but I just think he'll be able to take Riddle apart with feet. Riddle will obviously go for the takedown. And he actually might even make it an ugly fight. I think Riddle's a hard guy to finish. He just takes punches like crazy from left, right, and center. It should be interesting. It's hard to pick, but I'm going to go with Mills here. And
how do you see that fight go ending? Decision?
I'm thinking just decision.
Yeah. Okay.
Just given how durable Riddle is, and Mills. Like, he got stopped by Rory from ground and pound after being beat down for 2 rounds. And I don't see that happening in this fight. Like, Riddle's a good fighter, but, it's just, they're two evenly matched fighters in that sense, but I just think Mills has just a better diversity of striking.
All right, we'll head into the next fight now. We got Australia versus Canada here. We got James Tahuna versus Ryan Jamu. Now, this is a great fight on paper. We got Ryan Jamu, who's coming off of 16 wins in a row, holding wins over Sogoju, Wilson Govea, Marvin Eastman, and then just recently the 7 or 8 second knockout of Anthony Perosh, which was very impressive. I think he only threw one punch. And I'm loving this fight. How do you see this one ending up, Saad?
Yeah, exactly. It's really hard to follow up after a 7-second knockout.
Mm-hmm.
I guess another fellow Australian in Parash. Yeah, it's really hard to say. To be honest, I haven't seen as much as I would like of Jimmo. He's fought all his fights in NFC.
Yeah, in Calgary.
Yeah, and obviously, you pointed out that his most notable win is over Sukuchu, which is a big thing. That used to carry a lot of weight.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how he'll do here. Like, Tahuna has been a beast in the UFC. He's on a 3-fight win streak, and his only loss is to Gustafsson in the UFC. So it should be an interesting matchup. Like, the thing is, Tahuna just has so much power. Like, even finishing Joey Beltran, or I don't know if it went to decision, but I know he fought Joey Beltran. He dominated.
Yeah, went to decision.
That fight. Yeah, went to a decision. That's when Joey Beltran dropped down to light heavyweight.
Yeah.
And took him on, and that was, he just picked Beltran apart, just given the fact that Beltran has such a big, hard head. And I'm kind of leaning towards the idea that Jimmo would be a tough guy to finish as well.
Mm-hmm.
I guess it's an interesting matchup. I'm going to lean towards Jimmo merely out of Canadian love.
Yep.
That's what I tend to do when the fight's so even, just as it's here. But to be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if Tahuna pulls it off.
Mm-hmm.
We'll just to weather storm.
Yeah, Jamu's got lots of confidence on this 16-fight win streak. He's been the distance 5-minute rounds before. I saw that on his fight record. He's had championship fights and he's been the full 5 minutes in. I just don't see Tahuna beating his confidence right now. But I still think this is a great fight on paper. I think this is a great fight. Whoever wins this fight, I think will be able to creep into the top 10. I think, and some rankings already have Ryan Jamu and Tahuna in the top 10 already. So this will solidify it. Yep. I think Fight Magazine has Jamu at 7 at light heavyweight right now, which I don't know. I don't.
There's official UFC ranking, so.
Yeah, I don't agree with much of fight rankings, but yeah, whatever. All right, next fight is Nelson versus Santiago, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm not really looking forward to this fight at all. I'm not really. It doesn't catch my eye as an exciting fight. But I am going for Santiago to win. He's in a new weight class. He was fighting at middleweight, and he got dominated by Brian Stan and Damian Maia. For Santiago, all wins were by finishes, but 2. Only 2 decisions. So the guy knows how to finish. Nelson has lots of submission wins. He's a submission ace. And Santiago's obviously a black belt in jiu-jitsu as well. I see this fight maybe going to another ground fight like John Fitch and Damian Maia, but I see Santiago getting the edge in this fight. I don't think he'll be able to submit Nelson, but I think he'll be able to hold his ground on the ground and be able to sneak out a decision. How about you, Saad?
Yeah, well, I kind of see this fight as the prospect going against the old veteran. And I think Nelson is actually being set up to win in this fight. Santiago is actually coming back to the UFC after a little stint in the Titan FC.
Mm-hmm.
He actually hasn't done too well against UFC competition. He's been in the UFC before, like, multiple times. Mm-hmm. I think this is his 3rd tenure. So he is making his return. He definitely has the experience advantage, competing in many more fights and against much tougher competition. But his record reflects that when he's faced that tough competition, he's generally lost. So, I don't know. I guess if his new weight class is like a career revitalization.
Yeah.
But I really think that Gunnar will be able to pull it out. Mainly because, like, he's like an undefeated prospect. He's finished all of his fights within the distance. And while a win over DeMarcus Johnson is okay for a UFC debut, it's pretty good, given the fact that you're dealing with octagon jitters. I think he's just going to pull it all together now, and fighting closer to home this time will probably also play a big factor for him.
He's from Iceland, right?
I think he's going to be able to... I'm sorry?
He's from Iceland, right?
Iceland.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is not too far away from England. I guess it's a better travel, better commute down there than it is the States.
Yeah, exactly.
And yeah, exactly. So I just think that he's going to be able to pull it off. Looks to be in the decision, probably a ground battle, but like you never know. Nelson has finished people on his feet. Yeah, this is a steady guy, but most of his obvious finishes are by submission. So I guess that's where he's comfortable, but I think he'll be able to pull it off.
Okay. All right, next fight, Cyril Diabate versus Jimmy Minua. And now all I got to say is great striking match, exclamation mark. I'm going for Minua, even though Diabate definitely has more experience than Minua. Diabate coming off his big win over Chad Griggs. And I just think Minua might have the edge. I'm not going to say he might be more hungry than Diabate, but Minua is the rising prospect, and Diabate might be the guy who, if Minua can beat, might be the guy who says, okay, this kid's good. Maybe we can give this guy some higher competition. Maybe give him another middle class fighter. See if he could beat him, and then who knows? Maybe he's in the title shot in 2014. Who knows? But I do see Minua win this fight, and now I'm not going to say he's going to finish the fight necessarily because Diabate is just so durable, and I don't see Minua winning by submission at all. I think only one of his fights, he's only had one submission win, and the rest have been like TKOs, I think. And I'm going for Minua in this fight. How about you, Saad?
Yeah, I pretty much agree with what you said there, because I really like Diabate being a 6'6" light heavyweight.
The snake.
And having that pedigree of kickboxing as Diabate has.
Mm-hmm.
This fight is a recipe for fireworks. But again, just like the previous fight that we just talked about, the Nelson versus Santiago fight, it's about a prospect going against a veteran.
Mm-hmm.
And don't need to be confused because Diabate is a veteran. He's been around here for a while, fought him many times in the UFC. He's always had trouble with the submission game and the wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
But he's actually looked much better, especially in that Chad Griggs fight. He showed a lot of improvements, actually getting a submission at the end. But I just think that Minua is so much stronger. Diabate will probably have a stronger kickboxing pedigree, but like Minua has finished all of his fights within the distance, 90% of them with knockouts. So he's no slouch on his feet as well.
Mm-hmm.
Diabate obviously I think has the edge, but just somehow I just think that Minua will be able to pull it off, whether it's by KO, maybe second or third round, or he'll be able to just, I guess, wear him down, knowing that this is such an important fight for him. You've seen that many times with the prospect grinds out a decision win against a veteran, primarily to know that this is a career-defining move, and he doesn't want to get caught with something, because Diabate can finish you in a second.
Yep.
If you give him the opportunity, it's all over. And I really think that he doesn't want to just constantly exchange with him. He will exchange, but as soon as he feels that amazing technical striking that Diabate possesses, it's always a recipe for a takedown.
Exactly.
You've seen it all of Diabate's fights.
I think Diabate might have the more technical striking, but I think Minua might have the more raw power, in my opinion.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right. So next fight, co-main event. This one actually changed. Cub Swanson was actually supposed to fight. Who was it? Dennis Seaver, and which would have been a great other featherweight fight. But now he's fighting Dustin the Diamond Poirier, and this definitely has fight of the night potential. Give me a great fight. I got Swanson on this fight. I think he's gonna have the better boxing, and I think he'll be able to keep it on the feet. And Poirier is happy to keep it on the feet, in my opinion, because Poirier is another great striker. And Poirier is a brown belt in jiu-jitsu, I believe. But I think Swanson's gonna take the fight. I'm not saying he's gonna finish Poirier, but we know Poirier. He's always in exciting fights, and he's gonna want to stand and bang. So I just think Swanson's going to be able to creep out a decision here. Maybe split decision, because it's going to be a very close fight. And this fight you never know. This fight could be in line to fight Chad Mendes, and then possibly be in line to fight the winner of Pettis and Aldo. So I think this could be a number one contender to fight the number one contender, in my opinion. How about you, Saad?
Well, yeah, I like the segue you put in there about Chad Mendes. Kind of unfortunate given the fact that he just had his fight drop out. He won't be fighting in a while, and he keeps being said. People that aren't to his caliber.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so it's really unfortunate. I'd really like to see him get the winner of this fight, just so he can have some competition.
Hopefully in April or something like that. Something soon, you know, like hopefully we get to
something.
see. Yeah.
I know that Lamas is supposed to be fighting soon. So this fight, like, it's a top fight in the featherweight division, but given that the belt is on lock till the Pettis Aldo fight in August, the winner of this fight obviously will have to fight one more time.
Yep.
So I guess it's about being one step closer to the belt. So although a loss is not like the end of the world, neither one could, I guess, afford one at this point, just given the bottleneck in the division with Lamas and Jung and even Mendes up there in that proverbial mix.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, Jung and Lamas both have wins over both Cum Swanson and Dustin Poirier,
Exactly.
respectively. So,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? So they obviously can't afford a loss here.
Korean Zombie's almost the forgotten guy at featherweight. He hasn't fought since May, and I think that he's one of the top people to beat Aldo, in my opinion. But enough of that. Let's get back on the fight. So who do you think is going to win this fight, Todd?
This should be an exciting back and forth battle, but I just think that Poirier has probably just being more well rounded on the feet and on the ground. I think that Swanson has obviously the more power, knocking out guys, like knocking out Ross Pearson,
and then Oliveira, the one we were at.
Exactly, the Oliveira knockout was.
Or kind of, I don't know if they call that a knockout, or if maybe he got a liver shot and went down.
It was a knockout.
It was crazy. It was awesome.
Yeah. He collapsed. But Cum Swanson obviously has lightning in those hands, right? But the thing is, Poirier knows how to deal with that. I think just the fact that he'll be able to probably take him down. Maybe he might take him down, maybe not. But there'll be a lot of scrambling going on, so it will be a close fight. But I just think Poirier will be able to just edge that out. He'll edge him on, eat respect, and take the decision win.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of both fighters, of Poirier and Swanson. But the thing is, I think that Swanson's going to want to keep the fight standing on the feet, and same with Poirier. But if Swanson's getting the better of him upstanding, it's shown that Poirier, he submits guys. He had that one submission of the year nominee for the triangle armbar, which was unreal.
Oh, yeah.
But I still think that Swanson's going to get the win here. But it's going to be another maybe fight of the night potential. Okay, so we'll move into the main event. Renan Barão versus Michael McDonald. And I'm going to be honest here. I think I got Barão in this fight. I don't see any way McDonald can get the win here. Even though McDonald's a nice up-and-coming fighter, I just think that Barão has the edge in everything. Barão, what's his win streak right now? 29 wins? Or 30?
25 or 29?
Yeah,
There's some discrepancies. It's hard to say. Like, I don't know what the official UFC number is.
Mm-hmm.
Like, some places have him at 29, 30. Some places have him at 25, 26. Because a lot of his earlier fights were, like, in Brazil and
Unshanks in there.
different markets.
But okay, go on.
Regardless, that's an amazing win streak.
Yeah, exactly. I just think Barão is gonna beat him. And I think he has the experience. McDonald's young. He'll get another chance at the belt most likely. But I see Barão either getting a late finish or unanimous decision, because we haven't really seen Barão finish anybody in the UFC. So I think he's gonna get another decision here. What are your thoughts on this one, Saad?
Well, he has finished, I think.
Against Pickett. Yeah, I forgot about that.
That was that really slick submission that he had against him. But that being said, just the competition that Barão has faced is on another level. Like, obviously McDonald has faced some good competition as well, but the one thing, I guess, what this fight shows is it's for the title, so it has very important implications. But again, it's an interim title, and who knows how long it's going to stay interim, as long as Cruz is out. But on the plus side, at least the title is being defended, which is a good thing. Another thing that this fight is going for it is that the two are at the top of the heap at this weight class. So it's like a legitimate fight. It's not like McDonald's just being handed a fight. McDonald's a legitimate fighter knocking out Torres. Mm-hmm. So I think Barão is an exciting, dynamic fighter on, obviously, as you said, one of the longest win streaks in the sport.
I think it is the longest one now, yeah.
I I think so, yeah, because the fact that Lombard just lost, I think...
Controversial loss, yeah.
The record is to Barao right now. Yeah, I had him winning the both fight, but
yeah, same here.
You know what? If you don't fight well, what are you going to do, right?
Yeah, that was boring.
Yeah, it was boring, but obviously he made up for it by knocking out Paul-Harris. But let me get back to the point. Tuez, like, McDonald's is an amazing striker too, who's been knocking out guys left, right, and center. But I don't think Barao can have such a win streak without the intelligence and durability to do it.
Mm-hmm.
So I think he withstands that punching power of McDonald, because McDonald, that's what he's good at, his hands. And I think somehow Barao withstands that. Just the fact that he knows he's been in there so many times. And in a sport where one punch can change a night, one slick submission, whether they grab a toe hold or a knee-bar, and you can lose a fight. Anderson Silva has 4 losses on his record.
Yep.
Right? That is a testament to how unpredictable this sport is. So, even if, like, for example, McDonald gets lucky, whether he gets a knockout or something, it just shows that, you know, on any given night, something can happen. And Barao, after so many fights, has been able to avoid that. I think he was going to be able to do it again, just, I guess, being more crafty and smart.
Mm-hmm.
But this definitely should be a back-and-forth, amazing fight, one worthy of the lighter weight classes. That's what they've become known for, the bantamweights, the featherweights, and not to mention the flyweights.
Mm-hmm.
I just hope more people will be able to see it, obviously, as we mentioned before.
Yes.
Just one last point. Both fighters only have one career loss. And someone is leaving with the second, while the other is going to be leaving with the belt. I'm picking Barao to retain the title, and McDonald to go back to the drawing board.
Exactly, and Barao just said if Jose Aldo decides to move up in weight, Barao will possibly do the same. He'll go to 145, and I think that'll be pretty cool as well to see Barao up in weight as well, because he's a big 135er, and he's a big guy.
Yeah, he's big, but I don't see him leaving until he gets unifies that title.
With Cruz, yeah, of course.
You know, there's a pride thing going on right now. Just the fact that he isn't able to fight Cruz to be a legitimate challenger. It's the same thing that Condit felt when GSP was out.
Mm-hmm.
It's what all interim titles feel. It's unfortunate, but what is he going to do? Cruz has been out for almost 2 years, right?
Yeah, exactly. So October 2011. He's been out for a long... And then when he comes back, it might not be till late 2013. I'm thinking.
Yeah, exactly. It'll be 2 years when he comes back, definitely.
Exactly. Yeah. Great card. I'm looking forward to it. Those are our picks, guys. The next time we'll be doing our picks and videos is for UFC 157. My boy Uriah Faber and Sam Stout are fighting on that card. And it's headlined by Ronda Rousey and Liz Carmouche, and co-headlined by Lyoto Machida and Dan Anderson, so very good fights in that card. And then, like I said, Manny Gambierian just pulling out due injury with Chad Mendes. So that main card fight has been replaced with Josh Neer and Court McGee. So another cool fight on that card. We'll see you guys next time. Share these podcasts with your friends. Tweet us your picks on Twitter. And anything else you'd like to say, Saad, to close it out?
Yeah, definitely. Tweet us and let us know how your picks end up and whether or not they've been useful. I think, regardless of all of our picks have been pretty good, except for UFC 146. Nobody could have predicted that one.
Yeah, 156 had major upsets with Overeem and Evans. So come on, you can't really give us much slack because no one else was giving them hope either. So that will conclude this episode, guys. Watch the fights this Saturday. Enjoy them. They're in London. I think it might be a time delay, but other than that, enjoy the fights, guys.